what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
All
Yeah.
this scaffolding all over the damn thing. Whereas ever since then, I've used a scissor lift to do murals, where you just you beam up, beam down, drive
Yeah.
forward. My,
It's
that makes
fantastic.
the
Yeah.
whole thing
Oh
faster,
my God.
so much faster. It's unbelievable. I couldn't. But the first time I got a scissor lift, I thought, what the heck was I doing with scaffolding in the first place? You know.
Quite. You must have been quite fit after that.
Well, you
Quite
do.
tanned and pretty fit.
It was a workout. That whole week was like a workout.
God.
Climbing scaffolding and pulling myself up and hanging on with one arm, trying to stretch myself to paint the blooming brush with the brush to paint certain parts. You know what I mean? Oh
Amazing,
yeah, it was.
yeah. And I suppose did you just use acrylics exterior like that's?
It was all acrylics. Yeah,
Yeah.
all good, very good quality paint we got, so that it wouldn't be just fade away in the weather and that. Yeah.
And how did you find it? You'd done like a couple of murals before, but
Just little ones.
Yeah.
That was the first big one. That was the first real big one. Yeah.
And did the size? Did it make any difference to you, or not? Apart physically,
really, no.
obviously a bit, but not
Well,
mentally.
the one I did after that, one of the biggest ones, the biggest one I've done, was 100 yards long.
Which is sort of twice as long as this one.
Oh, no, a lot longer.
A lot longer.
This is only 50 foot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, blimey. Yeah, of course.
That's only 50 feet compared to 100 yards, 300 feet.
Wow.
So it was 300 foot long by about twice the height as well. So that was a big one, and that had about 20 faces on.
I guess when you're painting, you're sort of you're not in a trance necessarily, but you're in a state of mind. You know, when you're doing your regular paintings, is it just when you do a mural? Is it just exactly the same?
Yeah, it's just the same.
Yeah,
the concentration is intense to the point that I forget to eat, forget to go to the toilet, everything.
Yeah.
You know, you sort of you're concentrating so much, you're just in one mindset till I either come down and walk away and look at it, then I change and relax.
Yeah.
But at the time, the concentration level is pretty high. Yeah.
So how long? It took a week, roughly.
That took a week. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was happy at the end after his.
Yeah, he was very happy. Of course, it turned out perfect. Yeah, it worked out good. Everything looked great. Not a problem. It was quite amazing. I was happy with what I did. Of course, I'm always, as Joanne says, I'm always happy with what I do. So.
And the portrait, who were the people depicted? Were they important? They're important, I presume.
The one native face of Chief Chemainus was a local inhabitant from obviously previous times, historical study.
Yeah.
And the other gentleman was a policeman from the village, from the town.
Okay.
And the last one was a Salish girl from the Salish band from near here. And then we have Mrs. Rice, of course, was the woman at the top right-hand side.
Yeah.
And she has family in the town. Her son or her grandson we met, who's now he's a carver in the town.
Herb Rice.
Herb Rice, yeah. And then the other was a fisherman, a guy with a spear.
Oh, yeah.
And he was another
Curtis
from one of Curtis's photographs I used. And the totem poles were just totems from the area, from the historical archives.
And was there some sort of ceremony, or did some sort of thing happen at the end of it? Or
later on, they did a sort of a potlatch to inaugurate the mural, and that was good. I had a lot of the natives from the areas came and gave me. I even got a blanket. They give gifts and things. It was very nice, beautiful.
And this is a mural that you've actually been back and forth refurbishing or restoring. Sorry.
Because outdoors it has the weather hitting it all the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that it was fading so much as there was lime from the cement was leaching out, possibly because we hadn't left it long enough to dry. Supposedly, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they didn't seal it properly, so It did leach out lime over the top a little bit, just little runs of white coming down, which I painted over. It took me, it only used to take me a day or two to repair the whole thing.
I imagine there's also a lot of media attention when you do something like a mural. There's plenty of TV and magazine, newspaper.
Yeah, not Chemainus so much as the Expo one. Of course, Expo one, they came from all over the world to give interviews. Yeah.
But Chemainus in the end.
Chemainus, they did do
They've
a
used
writer.
your mural more than any. It's the main mural.
That's right. They used it for publicity, of course, everywhere.
And all along the highway, they have the big
posters of it on
They
the
used
boat.
it in international TV ads.
Even in the Basque Country.
Yeah,
They saw them. They saw my mural.
Really?
Yeah, to get people to come to BC.
Am I right in thinking you'd given over the rights of copyright and
That's
stuff like
right,
that?
yeah. Yeah, I had to sign over all the rights
It's to help
to the town.
Yeah, the little
for
town.
them to make obviously as much money as they can. Good publicity for me. I mean,
Yeah.
surprising how many people I've met since then who've seen that mural. I mean, we've been in South Africa and had people bumping into people in South Africa, sitting down in a bar who said, "Oh, are you the artist who did that?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was just amazing.
After talking with Paul about the Chemainus mural, I asked Joanne how she experienced that time, and then afterwards we spoke about creative confidence and more.
No, but you know what it is? It's like, oh, sure, everything's easy and all that, but, on the other side, like, I'm with the kids, right? We come. I wasn't expecting Carl to be so angry when he, looked first at this little sketch.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I've always got, Paul can do anything, sure. But anyways, he was really angry. I thought, oh my God. And the thing is, when we first get there, I never impose any negativity ever.
Yeah.
Obviously you can do it. But the thing is, you look at this huge wall. Oh my God. And I'm thinking, oh boy. And the kiddies are there. They're 2 and 4. And anyways, I wait till he gets that. Carl Schutz in the end just said, well, it's got to be right, Paul. Okay, it's got. Oh my God, we're counting off. Anyways, he's gone, but it sort of leaves. Generally an artist may be pretty nervous after that. Not Paul.
No.
But,
I treated it like a bit of a laugh.
But he puts the eye, right?
It was a bit daft.
We wait till he gets that eye up, and that's what I always remember.
Yeah.
There's only that lone eye in the middle of this massive white wall. He crosses the road and he sticks up that thumb and says, "That's it." And I say, at that point, I say to the children, because we're on the water there and there's the beach, right?
Yeah.
About a 10-minute walk. I say to the kids, "Hey kids, let's go to the beach for the day." Because for me,
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
stress
God,
would be too much.
That's right. But as he said, once you get back at the end of the day at 5 o'clock, Paul always works 8 straight hours, and he's physically fit because I tell you, there's few. You really, really have to know not only what you're doing, but you've got all those.
As I said,
you
it's
can
like a
hardly see
workout.
anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just amazing. And then the most amazing thing was 7 days later. It's
Boom.
just unbelievable. And Carl, of course, he was so thrilled. Just terrific publicity from then on, which was, nice to be involved, that's for sure.
How old were you two, roughly, at that time then? Are we talking?
Well, the kids. Okay, Paul was 35, Tala was 4, so he'd be 39. Yeah, he'd be about 38, 39.
Okay, yeah. It's funny the lack of stress. I mean, that comes from total confidence, but not in an arrogant way. Just
I've never in my life felt stress.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah. He's a visionary. Well, that's what I was saying to Tala this morning. Sure, he can explain all that, but
I say, what the hell stress?
I used to say, do not use that word. You know what I mean? If somebody's dying or your children or, that's different. But otherwise, don't overuse, words like that. There's no need, because I think it makes you feel worse inside. But, like I said to Tala, people want to know what he's thinking. I said, well, you know what? If you have a gift, that's just the way it is.
It's stressful when, what's stressful?
You just do it.
I would call stressful someone who didn't know where they were going and didn't know how to get there. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's very good. Yeah.
If you know where you're going and you know how to get there, I used to say to Joanne, well, I'm going out to the money tree to get some money. And it would be like going out to the park, sell a few paintings, and come home with some money.
Yeah.
I mean, what was so difficult? You know, it's like...
Yeah, but it's easy if you're good and if you have...
Well, you have to know what you're doing.
If you're talented, it's...
You know where you're going, yeah.
It's possible.
Look, there's so many lost souls out there.
Yeah, it's hard for them.
That's what I would call stress.
That's what I mean. That's why
if you've got a wife and 2 kids and you've got nowhere to go and you don't know what you're doing, that would be stress.
Exactly.
And that's what I always say. We do not have the right to speak like that, you know, when things are going, you know, okay. Or you can at least figure it out one way or another.
Lucky. Having no money and having no... Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. Just terrible.
Yeah, at least you can appreciate that. That's true. Because you often wonder... You listen to interviews with, personally, it's a lot of musicians, and you realise that your heroes... what seems to me is the enemy of success is self-doubt. And where that comes from, who knows? But obviously with someone... With some people, it's just innate, and they're born with that, and they just from day one. Or there's an element of parental interaction, and like, my dad was always a bit like this, so I'm a bit worried that So there's a mixture.
It comes from my father came from.
I really think
he was a political refugee, had to leave his homeland, didn't know what the hell was going to happen to him. That's what I would call stress.
Yeah,
and he was.
So that's why he was stressed,
that kind of person,
and he felt stressed. Well, sure, he was never relaxed. That's why he wasn't sure. That's why he didn't like me to be thinking of me being an artist. He wasn't confident in anything to do with me being an artist.
I understand music better than painting, but with music, and one of my heroes is Frank Zappa, and Miles Davis is another, but they have singular ideas and completely convinced, and it's not a team effort. It's not, you're not working in a team with other people, with those kind of creatives, and they can get a reputation as domineering and arrogant and stuff, but you realise that they just have an extremely clear vision. They know where they're going, exactly what you just said. They know where they're going, and they know exactly how to get there. But to the majority of people, especially sort of session musicians, that's like can be troubling, because you think,
oh, of course,
why are you not thinking about me? But the artist is thinking, I just need you to get to here. Can you just do what I ask?
They have to be selfish.
Also,
or they go nowhere. But the music world is the hardest. And when you've got audiences, my God, you have to please these people.
Yeah.
So you can't... So, of course you can figure out taking drugs, and you've got to be high. You've got to be just as you always... And if you feel down, maybe you need a bit of help. It is
the worst part is you have to work at nights. Late at
it's
night.
very hard.
Yeah, but it's...
Actually... Yeah, like years ago when I was at the Torch, like I did always think of, I like the idea of promoting. I used to think it'd be great promoting musicians, like really being up there. That would be quite extraordinary. But of course, I know that their lifestyle is
drugs
so
and
difficult.
alcohol
and late nights.
It's so difficult. Yeah,
that's where artists get the problem. They don't get the drugs, but they do drink.
Wow.
I don't know, Van Gogh.
Yeah, there was a few. Well, that's is it a drink or a drug? I don't know. Frank Zappa said that composing is just moving air molecules in a certain way that you choose. That's all it is. And it's the same with painting. It's just organising a media and different colours of that media in a certain way.
Right.
It's not magic, but
no,
it comes from somewhere, and it's not a higher power. It's done by our hands and our brains, so it is possible. And you can see that you can see that confidence goes a long way, because confidence is what tells you maybe this won't work, and it's the key. I think it's the key to everything, because
but you know what?
Absolutely.
It's not. You're not born with it, though. As far as I'm concerned,
I think you are.
Yeah,
with confidence. with self-confidence?
No, not that. I think it's all to do with your upbringing.
Yeah, but it's like Picasso